In this episode, we talk about
Keep that going.
Philip Nonsfield. We talk about Jordan's inner circle and how tough people need it. Welcome to another episode 30, 40, 45.
Yeah, well done.
45 in
Well
the
done.
Moret podcast. I'm here with the usual boys, Mr. Jordan and Mr. Ev. What's happening, boys?
Good day.
How's life?
It's good, man. It's good. You crack me up.
Life's always good, man. Your hat's looking a bit flat, bro.
Well,
Did someone sit on it?
someone sat in it by the name of Ev.
I'm a big boy. I'm a big boy.
Aye.
Big boy.
That's
with a
flat.
big
I've
ass.
shaped it again, right? But it was a flat cap.
To be fair, that needs bin, that hat.
No, this is a look.
Nah, it looks a bit old.
This is
Do you know
It looks like he put it up his ass rather than
Actually-
sat on it.
smell like that
I don't suit hats unless it's a bunnet.
because you put a hat on that looks like a wee baby's hat.
That's not going to
'Cause
fit your
head's that
fat head. I
big.
know that
Look
for a
at
fact.
his- Right, he has miniaturized that hat.
You look like you've got quite a big head as well.
I have a normal sized head.
Aye.
I just have a human sized head.
My head's fucking massive.
Like try to put it,
You broke it.
I broke it.
mate.
Yeah, I've got a huge
You
head.
do have a big head.
Uh-huh.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Imagine getting hit with that full belt.
Right troops. What's happening?
Do you know this is what you used to wear?
This is
Stoting about the, what do they call that bit you used to run about?
the scheme.
The promenade, the scheme.
The Esplanade.
The Esplanade. That's it. I knew it was something.
Esplanade young team.
You know
day.
You kind
the
of suit it though. You said you don't. Actually, kind of do.
remember all slasher hats and all that.
Slasher.
Like I don't know if you were Glasgow enough for that, but they had like slasher hats and game hats and all that, and it was like the old. Oh, was it NFL or baseball teams?
It was all American sports. It was
American sports, were it? Starter hats, that what they're called, and
Oh, you're talking
Uh,
like the old new era fitted caps, like them.
before them.
Before them.
Before
All right, I
them.
was that phase of
Aye,
hats.
before then. No, like you had like Eagles and Slasher and just loads of different ones, but they were massive. They were like people collect them.
Do you want us back?
People proper
Yeah,
collect
go
them. But anyway, they're big hats, but you'd probably look like a normal size hat.
So
You
So
know.
if I put-
normal sized
I
hat
put this
on my head. Producer Paul
Aye, there
has.
we
That
go.
was the Charlotte wave.
Aye, that hat there, the purple hat.
Oh, right, okay.
was like that was one of the most popular ones, wasn't it? People loved that.
I hate those hats.
But it would look normal in your
It would
head.
look normal in my head, which is actually, it's mad. Do you know what gets me every time? See when you're at Christmas and you're pulling a Christmas cracker, right? And then you
And
get,
it's
you
got
get
one of
the
the
hats
hats
on it, and
inside
everyone's putting the hats on. I put it in mine, it goes.
Everybody else it slides down. Yours
I need to
is-
have it like the back of my head.
You're wearing it like a kipper.
Like I literally like oh,
Evan's celebrating Hanukkah, whilst everyone else is celebrating Christmas.
and do you know it is what it is. How are you, Jordan? Are you good?
Shalom, my brother. I'm good.
Shalom, my brother.
I'm good. I'm good, mate. Just the usual from
Right.
me, to be honest. But we're actually on a different day. Evan's ruined our schedule. We're actually on a nice tight schedule for once, rather than it being sporadic. Every Thursday was podcast day, but we're in on a Wednesday
Wednesday.
because you're doing something fun.
I am going to Italy,
Let's go, man.
Naples, Sorrento. We're going to go to Pompeii. We're going to go to Positano, Capri, all these wee
Aye.
bits and bobs.
Aye.
But
Uh-huh.
it's thunder and lightning right now. So
Do you, right, I think the whole of Europe
He's done a
is weather shite because, like, I knew people. One of Katie's best mates was on holiday. She had shite weather. Even like down in England now, it's like 14, 15 degrees. Yesterday it was 27 degrees at one point yesterday up here. Like roasted.
roasting.
Fucking, what else? I knew someone else that was away and it was raining. Like,
got
in
it.
one of my clients, she was in fucking Spain, I think, and raining the whole time.
We've got it for the next 2 weeks or something. No?
What's happening? Why is
Global
it
warming.
raining there?
I'll tell you what. Some
Global
stuff,
warming.
Some good stuff's come out of that. Nah,
It's a
I'm
myth
joking.
anyway, global warming.
so.
But that's for a tinfoil
Unpack
hat
that
episode.
another
We are-
By the way, which
we
one?
are due.
We're long overdue.
we are due to run that back.
I think when you get back your holiday, we'll do a tinfoil hat
Tinfoil.
special. Yeah,
Do you know?
Oh,
because things are brewing.
3 hour special.
You
That's a
get
good
Paul in
idea.
on that if I do three,
Oh, aye.
3 hours.
I'll need a
special.
really big tinfoil hat. I'm actually surprised it fit me, fuck's sake. You didn't notice back then. It's on your head normally, it's fucking at the back of it.
Tinfoil is more malleable, though. You
is.
can like.
Good word.
Good word alert.
Listen, we've not said that in a while. Good
know.
word alert. I think we ran out for a bit, didn't we?
We used all of our
all of
words.
our cab.
You can take malleable. That's have that one. for free.
Malleable.
But I will definitely run that back when you're back to holiday. But
Yeah.
Italy is fantastic. It's one of my favourite places on earth. I think it's fucking brilliant.
Have yet to go.
Really,
Yeah, man.
I'll take you, baby.
it's
Thanks.
brilliant. But do you know what I was underwhelmed by when I went to Italy? Was we stayed not far from the Amalfi Coast, just a kind of town around the corner. We were kind of up in the house where I had a lovely view. Bit of a bollock walking up and down the hills and all
The
that.
next scheme done.
Basically, the next scheme done.
next scheme
Aye,
done.
exactly. That's a fucking great way to put it. Gorgeous wee place though. And so we'd walk round and just like, it's just too busy. It was just so like, and the streets are like this. It was just so busy. Just too many fucking people.
Is there as many, is it Vespas? Or Fiat 500s or something like that? They drive loads round about there.
That's here. Hunters are Fiat 500s.
Aye.
I don't know if that's a bit of cultural appropriation there. It's Vespas and Fiat 5.
Italian, innit?
But yeah, you're right.
Doing,
Actually,
doing
to be
this with
fair.
their hands as well.
Ah, fucking
Bada
But,
bing.
family guy thing. But the fucking what was I going to say? It was just like so bad. Like the bits you see on Instagram, it's like
TikTok.
yeah.
So you
super
bitches
busy.
wanting Instagram pictures.
Exactly. So the bits like further afield from it are actually a little bit better. Do you know what I mean? The next schemes up or down are actually a bit better. But love Italy. Oh, a great time.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
It's
we
been
can
on the list for
Is it?
Never been at all.
never.
How much planning was you compared to how much planning was Amanda?
was she dealt with it. It was her. She is the boss and the brains.
Yeah,
So
I get that. I'm not even trusted enough to carry my own passport.
same. God, she has a folder.
Folder.
A folder.
She has a wee passport wallet that holds our 2 passports. She holds the money. She holds everything. I just need to bring myself.
Do you have a written
God, lads,
itinerary
come on.
of we're doing this, we're doing that? we're
No,
doing this?
we don't go as far as that.
Yeah. Mine's more so for like when we're actually travelling. Right, have you got your passport? Have you got this? This is where we need to be here. Boom, which is great.
Yeah.
I would
Have you
recommend.
been used to being travelling?
What do you mean?
You
Yeah,
can't,
like
travelling,
yeah. I've
prolonged period of
done
time.
4 weeks in like Thailand and shit like that. But it wasn't like a full travelling thing. So it was more like a kind of travelling holiday. It was just like a longer holiday because I still
4
worked at the
weeks,
time.
that's a good
But it was
time.
about 4 weeks. So I've done that. I've not done the full like months though.
Aye.
Do you know how you can tell that someone's been travelling?
To talk about it all the time.
Because they'll fucking tell you about it.
I know. I've just been on a really long
A
holiday.
long holiday.
That was it, but I've not done the fucking travelling thing.
No.
You went, got dreadlocks and all
I
that.
did. Had my first. I won't say it on the podcast.
What?
No, I don't
First
know.
time you got your dick sucked or
I was
something?
going to say my first aerial experience, but I don't know why. I don't know why that would have came to mind. I was like, I just don't say that. But I said it. But, so, well, I did say it. That's what I was going to say.
What was his name?
Fred.
Fred.
Oh, right. We're going to talk, speaking of anal experiences,
Aye.
that's a
Well, we're gonna talk about-
that's a good transition.
we're going to talk about Philip Schofield.
You couldn't have planned that any better. That was absolutely excellent.
So-
Really good, didn't I, Simon?
What's he been up to lately? I don't watch this morning. What's been going on?
So I was just scrolling through TikTok as I feel I'm always doing these days, and Eamon Holmes popped up. Love Eamon Holmes.
Shout out. Eamon
Shout out
Holmes.
Eamon Holmes. And it was basically just talking about Philip Schofield and the kind of current scandal that's going on.
Which is
Which is I'm going.
yeah,
Did he
yeah,
get a
sorry.
second there? Didn't I? I was like, which is
No, I could give you like a couple seconds there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Aye. I was waiting to see if you would like have any input.
All right, no,
Well, I'm
I'm
actually. This is the thing, right? I'm actually not 100% clued up on
what's
like
happening?
what's happening, what's going on. I've only had like snippets.
Right.
Yeah, me
So,
too.
while
As soon
that-
as I hear like someone like as soon as you smell like a whiff of nonsense in there, you just then go
Aye.
that person. That's what they are now. Do you know what I mean? So I actually don't know.
So this
what's
is the thing,
happening.
right? So would we call it? You wouldn't call it speculation, but you would call it supposedly he's had non-school behaviour. Rumours, right? Because we can't say
Alleged.
facts, right? Alleged.
There was alleged nonsense.
Alleged.
What?
Aye. And obviously stepped back for the Good Morning Britain or whatever it's called now because of it. But obviously, well, stepped back, sacked probably. But supposedly, like, supposedly like he'd been doing stuff.
Up to no good.
So was it? It was a runner or something on the show.
What is that? What's a runner?
So
Like a track star?
No, so
No.
I think it was just like a regular wee dude that could come on, but then I think Philip got my job.
Right.
Something
Right.
like that.
So
and
it was
he
like,
was up in any. I don't know what his job was, but he, like supposedly, that's who he cheated on his missus with.
So
Somebody
the
was
first
what-
thing it came
somebody
out a
was
couple
what
of years ago is that he was gay, and it
Yep.
was with this wee bloke,
Yeah,
Which is
pretty
fine.
much.
which is fine.
Which is
Why
fi-
didn't he say that?
I know
So
everything makes
every
it.
time.
I know.
Why didn't you say that? Remember, I tell you time and time again, we love the gays,
Yes, we do.
right?
Do
you?
Aye.
Right. So it came out that he was gay, but he was gay with this wee guy.
Well,
But he loved his wife.
this has just come out.
This has just
This has
came out.
just come out that it was with him,
Right.
right? So this is because he had a conjunction or something with the Mail, 30 grand a week, to keep that story under wraps. But
The Mail.
the Daily Mail.
Oh,
or
the
something
Daily
like
Mail.
that.
So
But
he's-
it's like came out
So he's paying them 30 grand a week.
to keep that story under wraps, but it's came out.
Oh,
Somebody else has got a
money
hold of
not well spent.
it. So, aye. But what can we take for this?
I'm googling.
No.
No, like
Well, his brothers are nonce, aren't they?
Well,
his brother
is.
his brother's is. I was going to say wasn't.
This is how, like, obviously Holly is like, I suppose they fell out and upset about it because he knew this, and the brother was running about Holly's veins and stuff like that.
Aye. Right.
But obviously as well, like Holly. So Eamon Holmes has come out and said that Holly and Phil. The reason I think I bring it up because everybody's probably seen these two in our tellies for being wee
Aye.
kids, man. So it's like
Mate, and
it's
plus the
relevant,
clips
right?
are
Like
hilarious, like-
it's the two of them are brilliant together,
were
laughing
good.
with Gino and all that.
Aye.
But I suppose that Eamon's saying that like Philip's a narcissist and like
It's all fake and
it's
stuff
all
like
fake,
that.
and he's had people wrapped around his fingers, and what you see isn't what you're getting. Like it's not authentic and all that. They're acting.
Well,
and
I think this is showbiz, and
is,
it's
mate.
like it's fucking the whole lot of them, the actors and everyone else. And I know this Hollywood and this is ITV Britain or fucking whatever it is, but they're all up to no
Well,
good. They've all got dirty secrets.
They really do.
There is
Yeah,
something about the whole
dirty boy.
showbiz
Well-
thing.
Let's think about this, right? So a regular like a job or a gym. Think of all the shit that goes on that you know about sitting here right now, right? That it's no public knowledge. People shagging each other,
Like
having
offices and
threesomes, all sorts of stuff,
Aye.
right? In gyms, CrossFit gyms. Fans at me no way. No, I mean all sorts going on, right? So like you're like
What do you know? What do you know that I
I
don't?
feel this is an under the bus episode.
I know.
It's getting chucked
I'll
under.
tell you.
You tell me
I'll
later. Tell me
right?
after
I'll tell you
class.
later.
Oh,
So
I'm excited.
I know that stuff that's happening in workplaces, people shagging people they're not meant to be and all that carry on. So do you think that doesn't happen in like
Well, here's a
every
question, right?
aspect of life, you know what I mean?
What-
Every other job.
So obviously you've got the whole
Showbiz.
like Epstein stuff, the island, the Clintons, the fucking this, the that, the people going apparently like, people getting killed.
This is turning into tinfoil.
So fucking going to nip to Tesco, right?
Chat
Like-
next door, they might.
So like you've got all that. So why is it all these higher status people seek more dangerous
Fucked uppery.
debauchery?
2 in 1 episode. Oh,
Right?
wow.
No, but there you go. Like, so I'm part of that. So why is it like the higher status of a person or status that they think they are, like the Epsteins or the Clintons or the fucking or the Schofields? Why is it they get up to like seedier stuff than what say not to say the average person
It's
isn't
a
a nonce.
great question.
Anyone can be
It's
a
a
nonce.
great
You can be what
question.
you want to be,
You
right?
can be a
no,
nonce.
wait,
You
no,
can be a nonce. Everyone's a nonce.
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah,
That's
you
not-
want to be apart from nonce.
yeah, exactly. So like, why is that?
It's a great question,
I
mate.
think it's almost like that. Have you ever done something where you know you can get away with it and then you get a fucking kick from it?
Aye.
Right. I think it's that sort of thing.
But
See,
it's just- it's like
because they
you-
feel so powerful that I
Right.
fucking can do what I want.
So you seek
and
a
then
bigger
before you
hit,
know it, you're
a bigger
like,
hit.
aye,
Right.
that's their crack. Nonsense, their crack.
Nonsense is their crack.
Nonsense is their crack.
They're all doing crack as well, though.
They're fucking is
Cracked out their
mental.
minds.
But I think the thing with Philip was he not grooming this wee guy?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
That's the. He definitely was. That's the. That's the chat. isn't it?
Consensus.
Yeah, consensus. Sorry, that's the word I was looking for, because there was that clip of like there's some guy got 1 million followers or something like that, and they like popped a fucking thing. Didn't he? You
Yep.
were talking about popped this like confetti cannon, and he was like 1 million followers, and then in the background
Just him
is
with this
Philip
wee
with
guy.
this wee dude
Uh-huh.
sitting. He's pure tiny wee guy.
Took him out for like a birthday.
It's like,
That was Jack Jones.
there you go. Yeah,
Jack Jones,
Yeah.
that's who it was.
Jack Jones,
Jones,
who
yeah.
just disappeared off the face of the planet.
Probably
know.
because of that.
Oh,
Maybe.
wow.
Aye. Is he still alive?
No idea.
Check up on him. But that's the, yeah, so it's like, I just find it pure, you're always seeing MD like in Hollywood, you always hear of this weird shit in like Hollywood.
Aye.
And it's like, you hear of like, no, you hear like the fucking
Pizza parties and all that.
high like that,
Yeah,
and it's
shit.
like people selling their souls
Yep.
and all this stuff. It's like,
Drinking cat bloods.
but
and
like, do
shit.
you think people really are up to that sort of shit? Like,
Yes. Yeah, people are weird and into like all sorts, man. Devil worship.
I really think like people
was
who
P
have
Diddy not up to something?
supposedly
Jaru?
No, P Diddy.
P
He was
Diddy
doing
supposedly
something.
grooming Justin Bieber.
Was it?
Aye.
Beebs.
No, like there's something. Someone called like people were calling like famous people were calling P Diddy out for like being gay or something like that, or I don't know, maybe being a nonce. I don't know. But then people started disappearing, as in like dead. Let me
DED. Dead.
go to chat. Let me
So
fact check
see
this.
the thing is, right, obviously these people want status, want power, want money, want that lifestyle. So see if they're like, oh, this is the type of stuff you do, demonic shit, all of that, carry on. This is the stuff, if you do this stuff, this is the stuff that elevates you to get into these positions. These people are, at that point, are going to just try it. They're going to try it, right? They're going to do it.
I like
Because they want it so bad.
It's like you walk into a party and everyone's doing gear. I know we're all it's normalised.
Aye.
Right, yeah. We're all nonsense. Why don't
Aye.
you try some nonsense?
Aye.
Yous are doing it. Right, fine. Right, okay. And then they're in the nonsense and everyone's nonsense. And then they move on to tiger blood and then it's fucking... but that's how it goes. Nonsense, a gateway drug.
Nonsense.
You heard it here first, people.
Pretty fucking strong one, man. Aye. Wait a minute. Sean Diddy Combs is facing a bit of a scandal online. Media Takeout has learned that a popular social media star from a few years back is claiming to have had an encounter with the billionaire mogul on a bed. Jay Versace is an American social media personality who blew up about 5 years ago. Blah, 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 blah. At this time, Diddy had all kinds of bizarre things happen in his Hollywood mansion, including a giant bed outside his lawn. A group of TikTokers, these were females, posted a throwback of them lying on it. Where's the fucking bit that it got to? Apparently they had this guy bent over a bed or something like that in front of everyone. Anyway, who gives a fuck actually? Why am I even talking about this?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Who cares? Next.
So what are we talking about
We're
now?
moving on.
Aye.
You had a point.
I've had a few. Which one?
In the car, you were talking about coaches, empathy.
How about you start with Evan? Because you obviously know more about it than
No, I
me.
wasn't sure about one because there was a few, a good few points I had.
There was one thing, see when we, whenever we get
Point
together
City.
pre podcast, we always start chatting and there's like really good chat in the car and I'm always just like this. Everyone shut the fuck up.
Save it for the podcast.
Save it for the podcast.
And
And, now we're in the podcast and,
it's
we're
like,
like,
it's like
What we
three
talking about?
monkeys with the wee symbols going like that.
Aye.
literally.
No, so this was something I'd been thinking about over the weekend and then into this week, is being too empathetic harmful, right, to individuals, to people. Then you could look at that in the sense, two kind of things off the back. It's like, as a coach, right, it's our job to be honest. That's our job, right? We need to be honest with our clients. that means that sometimes we need to be empathetic. That means sometimes we need to give tough love. I think what happens a lot of the time is like the tough love part can be quite scary for coaches. So it can be that when people need it, we don't give it, right? So it's far too much on the empathy side of things from coaches. We can unpack that in a second. But then the other part is, in general, right? I was at Halloumi yesterday talking to my mate David, who works there. He was saying, like, just in general, like, how hard it can be to get good staff, and like people aren't working the same anymore, people aren't rushing about, people are in no rush, like kind of younger generations, whatever. And obviously, think about it, right? Years ago when we were working somewhere, it was so easy to get sacked that you didn't fuck about. You had to get shit done because it was very easy just to like, right, go out the
Employment
door,
law was...
don't come back in. Right? It was.
Mate, I've dealt with that firsthand. See, when I worked at Everlast, we had some fucking absolute thick bastards working.
And not the good kind.
Technical term.
Yeah, exactly.
Not the thick you want,
Not the thick with two
The wrong
C's.
thick.
You know what I mean?
3 C's.
Aye, not the thick with three C's. And I was at that to my boss at the time, Andy. I was like, mate, we need to fucking get rid of these lemons. And he's like, we can't. I was like, the fuck do you mean we can't? True story, right? I'm actually, right, do you know what? I'm going to fucking tell a true story.
Let's do
right
it.
now. I'm not going to name their names or anything like that, right? But it was a Saturday morning, and one of the guys who was sound, he was brand new. Still can I talk to him every now and then, just through Instagram and that. He's moved away and stuff. He messaged me one morning, Saturday morning, 7:30, gym opens up. He was like, Jordan, you're not going to believe what's happened. And I was like, what? No, because the person was showing up late, so you had to be in half an hour for the gym open. So gym opens at 8. He's texting me, he's like, she's still not here, still not here. And I'm like, the fuck? He went, Jordan, it's because I was going to drive down. He's like, Jordan, it's fine, don't come. She's arrived, but you're not going to be happy. And I was like, why? It's like, she's arrived steaming out the back of a taxi, just in pants. I had a hoodie on.
What?
But pants on. Pants and a hoodie and shoes. And I was like, what? He's like, I am being so serious right now. And then I was like, you're fucking kidding. I was like, just put her in the back and just don't let her come out. And I was like, I'll just come. I would come and then she can just fuck off home because 2 people had to be in the gym. So like this happened plus other shit as well, like just not doing our job and all that shit. And I was like, and we need to let go of this fucking loser. And he's like, we can't. And I was like, the fuck do you mean we can't? He's like, we have to do like one-to-ones with them. Then we have to do a PIP.
There's like 3 steps.
Performance improvement plan. You need to do that for like a couple of months. Then they need to have need to have meetings with HR and all this pish. And I was like, let's just sack the bitch. Sack her. She's fucking useless. Obviously.
But see, the thing, I think showing up to work drunk and in pants is probably a sackable offence.
And this is like, and I'm not. I fucking. I
Well,
know
it depends. It depends what your job is. Right? I mean, if you're fucking swinging the poles, then
I know it sounds like I'm lying, but I've got proof of it, right? I've got genuine proof of it. But it's like, so like that happened, and
yeah,
I was strong.
that's a great example.
And I was struggling
Great
to sack that
example.
person, and eventually we just like kept reducing our shifts until we ended up like whatever.
Exercise them out the business.
Exactly, but
Yeah.
wild.
Because that's the thing. Like, it can take literally 6 months to sack somebody.
It's crazy. Yeah.
It's
But
absolutely
I remember
mad.
when I was younger, that was like you could be out the door in a day, just told not to come in if you fucked about, if you were a useless cunt.
if you were a useless cunt.
you would be told don't come back. But
Right.
that was as easy as it
Fuck
was,
off.
right? That was as easy as it was. So I think that speaks to the current position we are in with life, with people, with this butterfly narrative, like this whole don't say that to me because it hurts my feelings, this whole I'm hard done by, this whole I've got a hard life. Shut the fuck up. Like you just need to man up. You need a slap in the face. Like remember you're a wee guy, your man dad say you said it fucking lucky, we should bring a belt back, right? We should bring a belt back. People should fucking be getting hit with that thing, right? Like I feel like people need
That'd
it.
be a bad business move though.
Maybe.
Smack your bum.
No, I'm talking in school, right?
Aye.
Like, but what's your thoughts on it? I just it irritates my brain now. Like, there's people who I've had to deal with recently who are flaky, right? And just made a fucking soft cheese. We need more people made a hard cheddar. Like halloumi. We need people made a harder cheese, right? There's too many fucking soft
you need to be
cheese
cheddar.
wankers out there, man.
Do you know what? Right, I missed the first half of that conversation because I was scrolling back with my WhatsApps and I found the text mate because I want to just underline the seriousness, right? So here is the mess. In fact, I'll just unthing it. There's the message. There's the message. And if you scroll down, there is actually CCTV footage of it.
She's got a bag of clothes. Oh God, that's ridiculous.
Wild. So
I think that
back on
that people, I just play the victim, man. Like, this is tough. That is tough. But the problem potentially stems from getting everything their own way, like earlier on in life, or whatever. There's never that person telling them exactly, no, this isn't acceptable.
Tough love,
right? You are not pulling your weight. And again, this could be like your fitness journey or your professional life or whatever. But there's never been that conversation. People are allowed to be that way. People are allowed to.
That's what it is.
Sometimes I don't think it's necessarily that like love needs to be a part of it either. Like sometimes people just need to receive the tough part instead of like the love. Because David Goggins spoke about this, right? And he was like that. When I was younger, it's like people used to call me fat and lazy, and he was like, maybe you are. Like maybe you are fat. Mm-hmm. Maybe you are lazy. Like you probably need to be told that.
I know.
No,
you can't say that to them.
Can't say that. Can't call someone fat.
See if I was walking by a field, right, and I was being used to, and there was a horse in the middle of the field, right? You say, "What is that, Danny?" I'm not going to go. It's a sheep. It's a cow. It's a fucking horse. Call a horse a horse.
Exactly. So it's like, I mean, thanks for that. That's brilliant, right? But.
That's like, where is he going with it?
Not anywhere apparently, but
nowhere.
Hey now, hey.
Oh God, that's terrible.
But his fucking shite analogy, right? So David Goggins speaks about that. He's like, so you might get called fat, but maybe you're fucking fat, right? Maybe you need to be told these things, and it's like. What was it? So I was reading a thing last night, and it was talking about like how in every single positive there's a negative, and also in every single negative there's a positive. Mm-hmm. So and that's why more often than not, success comes from dealing with hard things. Mm-hmm. So like if you get dealt with being called fat your whole childhood, I have all this trauma, which is another thing we can fucking get into later. People labeling things as trauma when really it's not. Like people getting called fat the whole life. Maybe that is the thing that they needed to have in order to make them the person that they are today. Mm-hmm. So like Chris Williamson spoke about this in one of his podcasts where he got a message from someone because he was talking on that David Goggins podcast about like he was being like he got bullied at school. I don't know if he had a lisp, he had mad hair or whatever, but he got bullied at school, and the guy who used to bully him, or one of them, messaged him, reached out to him and went to that, hey, I was that guy, that was me, I just want to reach out, and I've got a daughter who's going to school and I want to raise her to be the right person. I don't want her to do the things that I did or ever put another kid through that. I want to be a good force for the world because I'm truly sorry for what I've done. And he was like, if it took for that person to bully me, for him to then realise the consequences of doing so and how it made him feel, like doing the bullying, and then also how it made me feel at the time, like they both potentially came out the other end of it a better person. And if he says if that is the price it has to pay, for him being bullied, if that's the price he has to pay in order for the world to be a better place via that girl, then he says I would pay it every day of the week. So it's like, when it comes back to that kind of original point of like the tough love part, I think sometimes the love doesn't necessarily need to be a part of the equation. It's just like you need to go through some tough shit in order to have good shit come out the other side of it.
Just on that, right, do you think the guy would have reached out if
he wasn't successful?
The person wasn't successful? Do you know what I mean? So obviously I think that's actually a really positive thing.
It sounds like he's probably been thinking about it, regardless of before he's seen Chris Williams.
I think it's made it worse. I think it's maybe heightened it for sure.
He's probably thought about it 10 times.
Yeah, it's probably heightened it, but I think deep down, if that person had it within them to message that person and say, look, I have a daughter now and I want to make sure that she doesn't go through it or she doesn't become it,
Yep.
then, like, I think it might have happened anyway, but maybe not reached it. I don't know. It's hard to obviously say, but that's a good
I
point
don't
to
know
bring
if
up.
that's the skeptic in me.
Yeah,
But
no,
I'm
I
just
know.
a bit like,
I know, but it was quite a cool story nonetheless. So it's like, these are all the price you have to pay in order to become the person you want to be. Like we spoke about that a few podcast episodes ago. People want to be these things, but don't want to pay the price tag associated with that thing. So I don't think that the tough love part is the love part.
Just the
doesn't-
tough.
Yeah, just like have tough shit happen to you and deal with it. It makes you a little bit more of a robust person. What was the other thing as well? So on the empathy part of it, there's like empathy and there's sympathy, isn't there? So like they both have two different meanings. And I might have to Google this to get
and
the
I
exact
don't know what those
right.
meanings are.
But like, is empathy where you understand someone's feelings and emotions behind something, but sympathy is that you share those emotions with
and I
them?
think it's the other way around. Empathy
Is
is.
No, you're right.
Not-
Empathy
not
is like
right.
putting yourself in their shoes, understanding their
Being understanding.
sympathy is you've experienced it yourself and you would convey to them all.
Yeah. Aye. So, as a coach, you could be empathetic and understand, like, look, because again, as most coaches, I feel like it's quite fitting when if you're a coach and if you've been through the same things that you're helping your other clients with, I think that's quite, you can speak from an empathetic point of view of being like, I have been here and I can do it.
Authenticity.
Yeah, you're authentic, you can speak through it. And whereas if you're sympathetic towards them, it might be, I don't know, it might be a bit of a harder approach to take because you're feeling those same emotions that they are feeling. So then,
I think sympathy is more of a feeling of pity, apparently.
Yeah.
yeah. So you're kind of going to be like a little bit down with them through that. So if you're a coach and you're sympathetic towards someone's situation, you're not going to be as effective as someone who's empathetic. So like, yeah, I understand it. Like, I know that. And again, I spoke about Goggins just there. He's a perfect example of that because the fucking cunt was like 350 pounds or whatever, and people are like that, oh, you're born fat, you can't lose the weight, and he's like, nah, bitch, I was fat too. He was fat, lazy, didn't do anything, broke, and he made it out. So he's like, yeah, I could be empathetic towards that person's situation, but like, I'm not going to feel sorry for you. I'm not going to be sympathetic. I'm not going to sit there and cry with you on the couch.
Yeah.
So I think you need to use those emotions for your favour.
Oh, defos. You need to fuel it, man. Do you know what I mean?
Brilliant.
Potent.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Aye.
I have a little. Well,
Willie?
wow, on the podcast. Whee! Yes, he's been waiting 45 episodes to do that.
Come on.
Something.
See how quickly, sorry, just to jump in, see how quickly we can switch up now.
I actually think we're really good at switching.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we're good at this. We're good at this. A point that I was kind of covering with my clients and stuff like that. Obviously, we kind of run meetings and whatever. It was a quote that I came across, and I can't remember who it was, but I loved it. If you're not willing to downgrade your lifestyle for a year to have a lifestyle that you want forever, you care too much about what other people think. Right? And basically, like, have you ever heard the term keeping up with the Joneses?
Oh, yeah.
Yep, so
Yeah.
you're very, very familiar with that.
Yeah.
And I think, I chat about it all the time and whatever, but people generally across the board care too much about the opinions of others. They care too much about what other people think, what other people are doing, what other people's opinions are of them, and whatever. And I think a lot of you can even kind of relate it back to kind of what we were chatting about there slightly, is that I think that's too much of a factor in people's decisions. Do you know what I mean? So see if someone is saying, oh, I'm this, I'm that, or whatever, how much of that are they worrying about what other people think about them? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say with that?
Yeah. So was that quote initially based on like how you would spend your money and stuff like that?
So it initially came from like, because the thing is, people will not think twice about buying a new iPhone, a fucking laptop, a holiday.
I do think twice about buying a new iPhone.
Gram of gear. What the fuck do I know?
Aye, but I get you.
But then you can, because they're too scared to invest in themselves.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think with this, right, because I was someone, and I remember saying this when I was quite young, being like, I don't care what people think. I don't care what people think. Everybody cares what people think. It's just that to the degree in which changes, maybe as you get older or as you realise or as you become a bit more sharp with things like that. So like right now, we care more about we care about what people think, but it's to those who are closest to us.
Yes.
Whereas like, I don't care what fucking the people next door think, right? Or I don't care like whatever. But like, whereas for you guys, like if I was maybe doing something, you were like, maybe you shouldn't, or maybe it was you shouldn't say that in the podcast or whatever. Like I would maybe care a bit more as if someone else, like you can't say that in the podcast. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it can be something as small as the podcast, or it could be something that's a bigger decision that you make in your lives. So I think fundamentally you will always care what other people think, but you just care. What you should do is care what people think, but is only if it's within your circle.
100%. I
that
think
makes
I've
sense.
got about less than 10 people in this world whose opinions I actually care about.
Yeah.
And I'm very like firm on that. That's not like bravado or
Aye.
anything like that.
Aye.
I literally don't give a fuck what anyone else thinks.
Yeah.
Right? My family, you guys, and a couple of other notable people in my life. And that's all that matters.
Would you say all your family?
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, definitely not.
No, because
See that fucking cousin of mine?
no, because the reason why I say that is because I think a lot of times when it comes to whether it be things like that, social settings, even things like weddings and stuff like that, like family all of a sudden just get this free pass on like a lot of shit. When I'm like, you haven't earned that.
100%.
Just for the simple sake of being related to me doesn't make a difference. Doesn't change anything
Yeah,
whatsoever.
I've got a big family, and I've seen that firsthand, like drama unfold and things unfold, because like I guess like people feel like they're entitled to like that right just because they are your family.
Yeah.
See, on the topic of family and weddings and stuff, once upon a time I was going to get married, right? And my mum,
I love how you drop massive things in that just so casually.
so often, because you need to be able to just talk about it
True,
casually.
it's
Right?
true.
Once upon a time I was
True.
supposed to get married, and my mum, love you mum, was like, oh no, but you need to invite such and such. And I was like, my obscure family member that I've not seen since I was 5, I need to invite them and pay 50 quid a head for them, and I've not seen them since I was 5.
Was it only 50 quid a head?
I'm making it up.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm pulling a figure
Right, okay,
out
okay.
my arse, right? And and because you're inviting them, can you invite such and such,
Yeah.
right? And I know that's just one opinion, but my view is, see if they don't care enough to message me or to be in my life, then they don't deserve to be at my fucking wedding. At the same time, I'm not messaging them either. So see if they invited me to something like that, I would actually be annoyed.
Well, for fuck's
I would
sake,
go
man.
get a suit. Exactly. I would be annoyed,
Yeah.
because then there's that obligation of, I need to go to that.
Aye.
Fucking hell.
Aye,
Right?
totally.
I'll go to your wedding. Fuck everybody else.
Mate, this is true, and I'm a little bit more ruthless with it than maybe what Katie is, because we're like fucking talking about weddings and all this sorts of pish, much like the holiday thing. She showed me menus and that yesterday. God bless her. I'm just looking at it, going, yep, fucking yep. It's
Yeah.
food to me, like
Yeah.
whatever. But then when I see the price, and I'm like, let's look at somewhere else.
So caring about what people think and caring about people's feelings, right? Two different things, but
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
So I think like what I can be quite bad for, just like now that I'm thinking, is caring about people's feelings. So like you're talking about like no inviting people to weddings and stuff like that. I care quite a lot about hurting somebody's feelings,
Yeah, of course.
and I'm like shit. But I feel like there's again a fine line between caring too much about hurting somebody's feelings. You know what I mean? And thinking, will their feelings even be hurt? Like it's almost like you think you're going to hurt someone's feelings. Is that in a way you thinking more of your, like thinking they care more about what you ask them to do than what you do? Do you know what I mean?
A lot
Do you know
of-
what's really helped me with that? Sorry,
No, go.
is see if they're not going to be thinking about it in 5 years. I just make the decision that suits me.
Yeah.
That's good.
So,
Absolutely.
So see if this won't be a conversation. And do you know, I actually think that girls are quite bad for this. Oh no, but I can't not invite Sally because Deborah's going to be there, right?
Definitely.
Amanda's, and I'm like, will they be thinking about it in 5 minutes time? Never mind 5 years. Well, no. Just do what works for you then.
That's it.
Like,
Fucking right.
simple.
I think, see, when it comes to the whole family thing or friend thing or whatever, it's like I can be a little bit more ruthless with it than what Katie is. And I'm like, I don't have any issue like cutting someone out of my life if they like don't serve me, or if they don't like not necessarily be on my wavelength, but it's like if I'm not going to waste my time anymore with someone that I just wouldn't like gel with whatsoever, and I've got no qualms about if they feel a little bit butthurt about that. I'm like,
quick
not
question.
my problem.
Quick question to you both. See, the people that you thought were important to you 3 years ago, are they all still the people that are important to you just now? Like in terms of friends?
Some, but some not, right?
No, it's weird. I'm actually probably a little bit more of an anomaly in this regard. Probably yes.
You have like a really tight-knit friends
It's
group.
weird. Me and all my mates, shout out the boys, we've been like pals since first year at high school, and it's been the same 10.
Personal arse lickers.
Yeah. Literally, right? Since it's been like the same 10 like crowd of boys. Obviously some like 10 people, some are closer than others.
I'll change the question.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that you thought would have still been in your life that's now out your life? Because I've certainly had some people that I thought, yeah, he's gonna be my ride or die.
Yeah.
Right? And they're now nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I've had that quite a lot with people, and this is, I think, we've spoke about like drinking buddies and stuff before. They're not actual friends, right? It wasn't even so much drinking buddies, but like they were just in my life for a season.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So I have that, and I've actually over probably the last 3 years, what's happened is it's like there's people that's probably came into my life that where I had like a good circle, a tight circle of people, but then I would probably draw another circle inside that, and there's people that I've now, like, do you know what I mean? In that tighter, that tighter knit of.
We're in his tight circle.
You're in my
what?
You're in my deep circle. I got my inner circle and then I got my deep circle. But do you know what I'm saying? So because there's people that I'll connect with and be connected with for different reasons than why I'm connected to you guys, or why I'm connected to like say like Deck or something like Deck or Dawn or whatever, or Jason. Like I've connected with those guys in a completely different way than how I would have maybe even connected with yous. Maybe not so much, but like my boys, for example.
I get the picture.
So like there's other people that came into my life, but the thing is I'm not seeking for more people really to come into my life. But if it happens and we're on the same path, it's like fucking yeah, hop on that train, let's go.
I'm on for the ride.
You know what I mean? But I'm in no business or have no desire in any way, shape or form to either be looking back or moving backwards in any way. It's if anybody's coming within that deep circle of mine, I want to be heading that way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's really good. I think like drinking buddies is a good way. I would say that's for me being the biggest thing, like just being so into the bev through my 20s, and I can maybe meet people that are like see people, and I'm like, I don't even remember like half the shit about them that I should know, and I've been with them 300 times, but every time I was drunk, like. And I feel like that I've started to realise that the mates you make in your 30s are typically the mates that are going to be sticking around, because well, probably not for everyone. For me, I guess like for obviously the type of person I am now, when I'm meeting people, it's not because I drink. It's not like in a night out I'm meeting them and becoming their pals and texting them like that. I'm meeting them because there's genuine interest there for the same things. There's connection, shared interest, exactly.
Yeah.
So typically, I feel like. I mean, I'm 3 years into my 30s now. The mates that I'm meeting in my 30s are the mates that are like sticking around. Do you know what I mean? There's like actual interest.
You maybe feel that way now though, because you probably felt that way in your 20s when you met people in your 20s or your teens, that they might also disappear as well. So you're right. I think that it is like seasons of your life where people will come and go. There will be the people that kind of are firmly rooted into that kind of ecosystem of friendship, but I think that people will come on and off as you go through, because we're the types of people that we hopefully want to continue to grow, whether that be financially or I was nearly going to say something that I shouldn't have in the podcast, but the journey of self-development, so to say, right? Let's say we're on that, right? Pretty dorky thing to say, but
It's a door.
you're going to have people come on and off that bus as you're kind of going through that, aren't you? But I think that's just meant to happen. And then some people are just so fixed-minded where, like, they think that as soon as they leave, it's like a breakup. It's like their heart's broken in a way. Like, oh, a guy never speaks to me again, or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh.
It needs to be normalised to outgrow people.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Because people will also outgrow me.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And you can't be butthurt about that.
Aye.
You just need to rock it, and you need to be okay with. Like, the thing is, you don't need to be horrible to people, but then you will see, especially if you are in the kind of circles that we're in, and like our clients are in, and bettering themselves and all that shit. The people in their lives will stay stuck. The people in our lives have stayed stuck, and they have been left behind to a degree.
It's not like a financial thing. It's literally person, like decision making and lifestyle choices, values. It goes deeper than maybe finances. You know what I mean?
It's just hard to be around that, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm getting fucking grumpier these days, but
I definitely am.
see, like we went to Phillies yesterday for something to eat. I got a wee 0-0 Peroni, which are pretty decent. I think they're better than the Heineken ones.
They're actually pretty good, yeah.
The Peroni ones. So Kate got a wine, got beer, sitting in the sun. I'm just kind of like people watching. Every 2 seconds, right? Someone's fucking vape pens
Tom's the tank
everywhere,
engine.
right? And I'm just like fucking blowing it in my face and all that. And I'm like, this wouldn't have bothered me like not that long ago. But it's just things, they just kept triggering me, and I'm like, why can't people just fucking breathe in normal shit? Constantly,
Breathe air.
every 2 seconds, I breathe air. Every 2 seconds, someone's inhaling something, whether it's fucking some wee, they're rolling something up, and they've got a fucking. Also, why are all the vape pens fucking weird sizes? You got ones that look like AirPods, right?
the wee ones
You've
there?
got ones that are like fucking long. You've got ones like this. You've got ones. This guy had something out, not shitting you, the size of this water bottle. He's like, ah.
Maybe it was like
Takes it out of
maybe it was
briefcase.
maybe it was a vape water bottle
Right.
one.
He's actually getting a bong out on the table, some fucking vape, and then you've got ones that look like Sky remotes. No, ones that look like walkie-talkies with the wee thing coming at the other end of it.
Aye.
Annoying me. Everyone's annoying me. Right? What was I talking about?
Don't know, man.
I went off on a tangent for
Just
some reason.
get-
I was going to bring it back.
You get really animated
Getting
there.
grumpier as you're getting older.
Getting grumpy as I get older. So I'm seeing all these people and I'm just thinking, I'm like, yous aren't my this. I can't
You're
be
not my
here.
vibe.
I
You're not my
can't-
people.
Yeah, it's doing my nothing. I just couldn't hear it, and just I was starting to get in a bad mood. So Kate's talking to me, I'm not listening. I'm earwigging into other people's conversations and just hearing the things that they were talking about. I was just like,
Being a da.
Do you know,
it was doing my nothing.
we went to, do you know the Jenny Burn? It's like next to Schofield. It's like a Brewers Fair.
Oh yeah.
Like restaurant kind of thing. Dead, like a carvery. It's like a carvery, and which is absolutely fine. I love a carvery.
Bosh.
Right, like I love that shit. I went with
Yeah.
my mum, my stepdad, and Amanda, and there was this guy like on the table next to us, and it was quite quiet. And he was with his mum or his gran or something. But the guy had no teeth. Right, which is fine. You can have no teeth. I'm not discriminating
It's
against
hard
it. Right.
to eat that turkey though
Right,
with no
but-
teeth. It's
no,
that
but-
shit.
But he was
God,
obviously it's a sunny
Just
day.
drink the gravy,
He'd
that's all he could
that's
do.
actually my story. I just want to tell you that he had no teeth now. And but I'm trying to paint the picture, and he had a full trachea on, and he was shouting. He was like picking off his mum's plate. You going to eat that? Right, fine. He was shouting and he was
What
singing.
age was he?
He was older than me, and he was like whistling and all that. And he was like telling, see if I do this. He was like, like that. I'm painting the picture of the type of person that he is.
Oh,
Yeah.
God,
And I
man.
was just looking at him the whole fucking time, like, I hate you. I absolutely get away from me.
See, and on his heat, he's having a fucking time.
Time is life.
Yeah.
Time is like
is life.
oblivious.
Aye.
Oh, absolutely
Oblivious.
fucking enjoying, like, smacking his lips with his turkey. And I was like, no, I need to get you
God.
away from me.
Mate, if I went to the
Do you
toilet,
think he just takes his false teeth out to eat his own? Yeah.
No,
Do you know what I think about all the time, right? See if I get the chain, and see if you get the chain by yourself, or say if you're like getting the chain with like your partner or something like that, right? And then you're sitting and there's like a group of rowdy, whether it be boys or girls or both, right? And they're rowdy and they're on their way into town, beers flying, they're shouting. I'm just fucking looking at them. I'm just like that, looking at them. Going, you fucking having fun. Aye, he's having fun, aye. You fucking dicks. He's just like, keep quiet, right? See, when I'm on the train with the boys,
Yeah, way.
I'm that fucking knobhead in the table.
You're going
I'm that guy. I am the annoying guy. So I guess it doesn't matter, is it? You're not going to please everyone, and everyone's not going to please you.
Do you know I refuse to move out the way for kids, like young teenagers?
Do you?
Right, aye. So see if like we are walking on a train or on a street or on a pavement or whatever, and there's a group of them that are walking towards me. You know, they walk like 3 or 4 abreast. This is how grumpy I am.
Abreast.
Abreast, right? Hey. But I will literally, I wouldn't even dip my shoulder. I'll just walk square. And honestly, I've nearly knocked down a couple of them. Like, and I don't even care. I do not care.
I'd be like hitting a wall in it. A wee guy, what
do you know what?
The size of his head, man.
I know, I can knock them out. And but I hate how like they don't move it the way. They expect you to move it the way. I say with like teenagers and stuff, I actually just do it for anyone in general, to be quite honest, right?
My gran on the train, everyone's like,
But did I tell you that I knocked down a woman in London?
you maybe not incriminate yourself.
No, I did, right? Genuinely, I did, right?
I don't care if I
What
come
means
out.
Myself, I was driving this fucking tank. And first time in London, had no idea how busy it was going to be,
Oh, yeah.
right? And then folk weren't moving out my way. And that, like, because usually what I would do is I go, on you go, and it's that mutual, we respect each other, right?
You matrix it, you flow.
You flow, you both go, we're really pleasant, right? People were fucking laser focused, so I just stopped moving it the way. She walked right at my shoulder, cunted it. So, and I was a bit like, well, you didn't move it the way either. Your fucking papers are all over the place and all that. Like,
I have another approach when I do it. I say
Right.
sorry. Even though I knew I wasn't going to move it the way and I was going to walk into them, I act like I didn't see them. Oh, sorry.
I should put the shoulder into them.
I knew. I'm
Married
like,
to a
I'm not
laggy.
moving. I'm not fucking
He's normally the
moving.
one rolling about the floor, but he's like, oh, no, I'm sorry, I was
Have
on
you
your way.
seen? This how you mean.
Oh, we glossed past the part that I'm now back at rugby. But we can talk about that next week. We've done
The next episode,
Yeah,
there's video proof. We've got his
proof.
contract for a season. I'm so excited. Wrap it up.
Yeah, when you go, Danny, wrap it up.
Thank you for listening. And I want you to do me something. I want you to do me something before you scoot off to take a shite or whatever you're going to do. I want you to subscribe on Spotify if you've not done it. I want you to share it, talk about it,
On YouTube.
because do you know what? A lot of people will come up to me and they will say to me, "Use are some laugh. Use make my ride to work in the morning so much fun talking on the podcast." Well, I appreciate it. You tell me, right?
You need
Love
to pay
you,
the fee.
but pay the tax, man.
Yeah, pay the man.
Get the man paid.
Evan.
Share it. Tell people about the pod.
Pay the man.
Help your boys grow, because when we grow, you grow now.
We all grow.
We don't. We just
Nah,
mutually
we
benefit.
just-
We mutually as a three benefit from it.
Yeah.
Yous don't. Well, yous do, because then you get more episodes.
Exactly, right? We get bigger guests on, maybe. Quest, not better guests, because the guests we've had are brilliant. But maybe bigger guests. You never know, right? Anyway, YouTube, get us liked, get us subscribed,
Share it with your mom.
comment on it.
Right, this is getting long-winded.
Right,
Let's
okay,
wrap this up.
right, okay. Peace.